In southern Georgia, invasive wild hogs have emerged as a formidable threat to both agriculture and the natural environment. Each year, these relentless creatures inflict an estimated $150 million damages, tearing through crops, trampling farmland, and encroaching on land that once belonged to farmers and wildlife alike. With their cunning intelligence, remarkable adaptability, and sheer stubbornness, these animals are far more than a simple nuisance. They are a force that challenges human efforts to protect the land. Facing such relentless intruders, can the people of Georgia afford to simply stand by and watch their hard work and heritage be destroyed?
Ah, ele ia vir em mim, tu viu?
In the United States, wild hogs are widely regarded as the most dangerous biological threat to both agriculture and wildlife. Every year, these relentless animals inflict more than $2.5 billion of damages while spreading a host of deadly diseases to livestock. They are remarkably intelligent, breed at astonishing rates, and face virtually no natural predators, allowing them to overrun ecosystems with alarming speed. Farmers have tried everything: traps, fences, even repellents, but every measure seems to fail against these cunning intruders. If decisive action isn't taken now, how many more acres of fertile land will be ravaged by their unyielding destruction? As the natural balance teeters on the brink, it may take only skilled, professional hunters to reclaim the lands that these formidable creatures have claimed as their own. The question remains, can humanity keep pace with a threat so persistent, so clever, and so unstoppable? The day began with Jim leading the charge. As the morning sun stretched across the horizon, his truck rumbled along the dirt road, carrying him and his team toward their target. Inside, the team went over their strategy, every detail planned to perfection. Their destination, a sprawling meadow bathed in golden light, where wild hogs mingled with grazing cattle, seemingly peaceful and unaware. Then, in an instant, bang! Jim's shot shattered the calm, sending the animals scattering in chaos. The hunt was officially on.
Como é que não caiu, Pedro?
As darkness settled over the landscape, the wild hogs became sharply visible in the harsh glare of the headlights. Bang! The first shot rang out, precise but seemingly missing the vital spot. The hog bolted in a panic, hooves thundering against the ground, heart-pounding fear in every step. Seconds later, the second shot cracked through the night, perfectly timed, and the animal collapsed where it stood. Cheers erupted from the team, voices echoing across the silent field, their excitement nearly uncontrollable. Relief, adrenaline, and triumph surged through every member as they watched the hog lie motionless, proof of their skill and teamwork. Shots rang out one after another, echoing across the darkened field as the animals scattered in every direction, desperate to escape. Yet no matter how fast or cunning they were, none could evade the hunter's aim. Each successful hit sent waves of exhilaration through the team, the night alive with the crackle of gunfire and the thrill of the hunt. By the end of the evening, the men leaned back in their trucks, sweat and adrenaline mingling, hearts racing with satisfaction. It had been a flawless, triumphant night, one they would remember for a long time.
Será?
The very next day, Jim was back in the field, ready to continue his wild hog hunt. Today, his determination burned brighter than ever, a focused intensity in every movement. Every detail had been meticulously prepared. Binoculars polished and ready for spotting, handguns and rifles checked and loaded, ammunition stacked carefully within reach. Even the smallest tools of the trade were in perfect order, reflecting the precision and professionalism of a seasoned hunter. Watching him move with such confidence and purpose, it was clear this was no ordinary outing. With preparation this thorough and skill this sharp, one couldn't help but wonder, would Jim manage to bring down a wild hog today? The anticipation hung in the air, thick with the promise of action, as the hunt began anew.
Caso a gente precisa de tiro de emergência, porque muitas pessoas acham que é fácil atirar com luneta, mas qualquer vibração, qualquer tremida que a gente dá aqui, a gente acaba errando o alvo lá. Então isso é um acessório que eu sempre carrego comigo, né? E facilita nesses que vai carregar esse outro magazine, que é também uma magazine de backup, né? Caso eu ocupe aqueles tiros.
It didn't take long for Jim to spot his target. Instantly, the chase was on. The wild hog bolted across the field, thrashing through tall grass and kicking up clouds of dust. While Jim moved with calm precision, every movement deliberate, every step calculated. The pursuit stretched on, tense and relentless, as Jim anticipated the hog's every turn, closing the distance with the skill of a seasoned hunter. Finally, after a prolonged and intense duel of wits and reflexes, the massive hog was brought down. Triumph surged through him as he approached the fallen beast, every beat of sweat and every heartbeat reflecting the effort it took to succeed. With practiced hands, he hoisted the prize onto his truck, the culmination of focus, preparation, and sheer determination. Another successful hunt added to his growing legacy. A new day had dawned, and like every hunt before, Jim approached it with meticulous preparation. Every piece of equipment was checked and rechecked, from rifles and handguns to specialized tools designed specifically for tracking and hunting wild hogs. His binoculars gleamed under the morning sun, ammunition was stacked within easy reach, and every detail had been considered to give him the edge in the field. Today's target was ambitious, 3 wild hogs roaming across the rugged terrain. The tension in the air was palpable, each member of the team holding their breath as they watched Jim move with the calm confidence of a seasoned hunter. Could he accomplish his goal today? All eyes were on him, hearts pounding with anticipation, as he set out to prove, once again, why he was one of the best in the game. The first hog was finally within his sights. Jim moved slowly, deliberately, every step measured to avoid alerting the massive animal. The morning light glinted off his rifle as he lined up the perfect shot, muscles tense with focus. Bang! The shot rang out, but luck was not on his side this time. The bullet missed its mark. Without a moment's hesitation, Jim sprang into action. He jumped into his truck, the engine roaring to life, and pursued the hog across the open field. Dust and debris kicked up in his wake as he followed, eyes locked on the target, mind calculating every turn the animal might take. The chase had only just begun, and Jim's determination burned hotter than ever. Failure was not an option. Arriving at the next vantage point, Jim moved with the utmost caution, every step deliberate as he prepared to lock onto his next target. The tension was palpable, and one by one the shots rang out, sharp, relentless, yet frustratingly off the mark. Each missed bullet only fueled the intensity, sending the massive hog scattering in chaotic bursts across the endless swath of green grass. The scene was wild. Dust and blades of grass kicked into the air, animals thundering in every direction, and Jim's presence dominating the field with sheer authority and focus. His professionalism and skill were undeniable. Every movement calculated, every reflex precise. But luck seemed to have abandoned him that day. Despite the relentless pursuit and flawless technique, only a single hog fell, a small victory in what had been otherwise a day of near misses and constant, heart-pounding action. The following day arrived, and as always, Jim took a moment to introduce the guns and ammunition he would rely on for today's hunt. But today's strategy was different. Instead of venturing into the open grasslands, he set up corn bait traps, carefully designed to lure the wild hogs closer. By his side was Tom, his longtime friend and hunting partner, equally skilled and ready for action. Every detail had been meticulously arranged, the traps in position, the weapons checked, and every safety measure accounted for. Now all that remained was to wait for nightfall, when the hogs would begin their nightly search for food. The air was thick with anticipation, the tension palpable, as the men settled into their positions, knowing that patience and precision would be the keys to success. Tonight, the hunt would not rely solely on speed or reflexes, but on careful planning and the silent lure of the corn bait. As nightfall settled over the field, the wild hogs began to appear clearly through the thermal camera, their dark shapes moving steadily as they foraged on the corn bait carefully set by Jim. Oblivious to the danger lurking so close, the hogs continued their meal, completely unaware of the hunters observing every move. Then, with a series of sharp, controlled shots, the quiet night erupted in sudden chaos. The hogs scattered in panic, thundering across the ground, yet one by one they fell to the precise aim of Jim and Tom. Each successful hit brought a rush of adrenaline and satisfaction, the culmination of meticulous planning, patience, and teamwork. By the end of the night, the field lay quiet again, marked only by the evidence of a hunt executed flawlessly. For Jim and Tom, it was more than a victory. It was a testament to their skill, coordination, and the thrill of the chase. After a night of resounding success, there was no reason for Jim not to rely on his corn bait strategy again. This time, the hunt would take place on a different plain, a vast expanse known to harbor a large population of wild hogs. Every detail was carefully considered. The traps would be set, the rifles checked, and every precaution taken to ensure the perfect opportunity. Jim knew that with patience and precision, the night could yield another rewarding haul. The anticipation hung in the cool evening air as he prepared to lead the hunt once more, ready to face whatever the restless hogs had in store. Gunfire erupted through the night, echoing across the mountains and valleys, each shot precise and astonishing in its accuracy. Jim and his team battled the wild hogs relentlessly through the cold, dark hours. These animals had already ravaged the land, destroying entire ecosystems, leveling fields, and leaving the soil barren. The suffering inflicted on local farmers was immense, their livelihoods shattered by the unchecked destruction. Witnessing the devastation firsthand, Jim resolved to eliminate the threat, determined to restore balance and peace to the land. His mission was not just a hunt, it was a fight for the preservation of the environment and the well-being of the people. The night ended with victory, marking the conclusion of a long series of successful hunts, and standing as a testament to courage, skill, and a commitment to protecting the land from the relentless onslaught of invasive wild hogs. night ambush had come to an end, but the battle against this invasive species was far from over. In South Georgia, men like Jim and Mason continue their pursuit of the relentless wild hogs, not just out of passion, but out of duty to protect their land and crops. Can humans ever truly control a creature that breeds so fast and outsmarts us at every turn? Don't forget to follow Wild Hunters to discover more thrilling hunting journeys ahead.